Hello, welcome to Enots Engineering. I'm Alan. In today's video I have two items from Banggood to show you. The first item is a 3-jaw keyless Jacobs type chuck which can be used on a lathe or the milling machine, and the other item is a set of thread identification tools that will identify metric or imperial threads. So let's go into the workshop and see what they look like. At the moment in the workshop it's about 33 degrees. This is a keyless chuck from Banggood. You get two items. First you get the arbor, which is a number 2 Morse taper with a taper for the chuck. It has a tang on the bottom. And the chuck is that. Now I originally thought that looks a lot bigger than the Jacobs chuck I use. This is my Jacobs chuck, so it is a little bit longer, but you don't need a key to tighten it. And if you look at the two ends, you can see there, the Jacobs chuck has a small hole there, but this one goes down to nothing. The chuck will hold up to a 16mm diameter. And the first thing I need to do is fit the Morse taper. So on this I'll just get a cloth, just wipe the grease and any oil off the tapers. Now that should fit in there. This part is the same. Let's have a look in the lathe. I want to take my chuck off to check the run out of this new chuck. So put a board on the lathe bed that stops it getting damaged if I drop the chuck. Turn it round until I put the spindle lock on. Piece of steel for the vice jaws. Just tap it. Now I want to clean the spindle. Small spindle cleaner. I've cleaned the taper on there, so I need an adapter for that. It's a number 2 Morse taper on the chuck, and this is a 2 to 3 adapter. I want to check the run out here of the adapter that's on the chuck. Let's put this at a slight angle. I know it'll affect the reading slightly, but there's less chance of me hitting the chuck with it. Take this out. First of all I want to check the run out of the Morse taper adapter that I've used. You can see there from 0 to 10 is a thou. So the outside of that sleeve, it's not the chuck, it's a sleeve, is running out. So I would expect the diameter of the chuck to be running out by about the same amount. Yeah. There we go. That's running out about a thou and a half. Snap that there, and I'll check the other end of the chuck. That's running out 2 thou. Okay, I'll take the Morse taper adapter off. So this should only run out 1 thou now. Put the chuck in. Yeah, that's the one I had before. Sticks out about 3/4 of an inch more. But that shouldn't make much difference on the tailstock. And that's gripped that centre drill okay, no problem there, it's not moving or twisting. So that'll be a nice addition to the workshop. The second item I have is a set of thread gauges. There are two parts to this. This is the first part, and this one goes from 16mm there down to 12mm, and you have a fine and coarse thread on each one. So the 16mm is 16mm coarse and 16mm fine. Then you get another plate that comes with it, which goes from 10 down to 3. And on the imperial side, it goes from 3/8 fine, then you get a 3/8 coarse, 5/16 fine, 5/16 coarse, 1/4 fine, 1/4 coarse, 12x24, 10x32, 10x24. If we take a look at one of these, you can see you have, this one is an M6x1, and you have the nut and the bolt there to compare, so you can check your nut or your bolt with this. And it goes down to M3x0.5. That's the smallest one here, M3x0.5 on the metric side, and it goes to 2.56 on the imperial side. All the bolts are made of steel, but the nuts are threaded into the aluminium base. It's metric. This is the standard threads on that side. So if you have a nut and you're not sure what it is, like that one, there we go, 3/8x16 fits that. That's 3/8x24. This one is M8x1.25. So it's quite easy to check your nut or your bolt, because you have the corresponding threads in these nuts. And all the bolts are made from steel. Now, rather than going to my tap and die set, taking out a tap and seeing whether the tap fits or not, this is a lot easier, and they're all there on that board. So these are made from, looks like a sheet of aluminium. Now the threads are actually in the aluminium. They're not nuts, they just look like nuts. A quick check, rather than going through loads of taps and dies to try and find the correct thread. Oh well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time on Enots Engineering.